This video is going to be about debt and why I think we should try and avoid it like the fucking plague. The house I live in, I paid cash for 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, and it's not the best. It's not in the greatest neighborhood, and I did a lot of work on it, but it's mine. My vehicles, I own both of them. I have two vehicles, I own them both, and they're not new. And I'm learning more and more on how to do the work myself, save myself a lot of money. Same with housework. I just know that sometimes life becomes unstable, or work becomes unreliable. You can't always count on that paycheck. Whereas if you're getting that weekly paycheck, you might be able to afford that new car and that house payment and credit card payment and whatever else. But if that income stops coming, you might not be able to afford that stuff. Whereas the way I'm living, if that paycheck stops coming, I still have money for food and utilities, and I could even scale back some utilities. Like, I don't necessarily need the internet. And I have things that, as I call them, hillbilly stocks. Surplus firearms seem to have gone up in value. I could always sell that off and make my money back and live off that a while. I'm not saying I'm in that situation, just something to keep in mind. You don't want to assume that that paycheck is always going to be there. It's easy to take for granted, I will admit that. But when I was younger, I worked construction, and life was pretty good when the paychecks were coming. And I bought a truck and had payment on it, and I was renting with friends. But then I got laid off and wasn't getting paid, and life wasn't so fun then, trying to make the payments for the vehicle and for rent. That happens again. Like I said, I'll just have like $100 a month worth of bills. Maybe a little over that, but it won't be like years ago. Just never assume the situation you're in is going to be permanent. So I guess what I'm getting at with this. Life is definitely not always stable.